I think this is it. I think my friend with the shepherd puppy is sick, so I think it's just us. So last week we worked on staying and jumping up. Give me a report card. How do we do? Nothing at all still, huh?
We just run the 30-foot line on Saturday.
Okay.
So we haven't worked with staying yet.
Okay.
We need to work on that.
Okay. How do you guys do?
It worked. We haven't done it recently, so it shouldn't happen. We did it after the class, and it actually, I was surprised about the state part.
The stay part, okay.
We didn't go 360.
Yep.
We did 180. And
Nice.
as long as there's no big distractions.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if you guys get around. So, to give you an idea, I've been working on this I have a 7-month-old puppy. I've been working on this for probably a month, and I was finally able to get completely around him. So, and my timing is pretty well. I mean, timing is about everything, and I was able to get a month even around him, and that's still within a couple of feet from him, and that's just So I bought a house about a year and a half ago, and I took the garage and I turned it into a training area. So it's kind of nice. There's nowhere for the dog to go. There's no distractions. At this point, I would never ask it in this kind of scenario. I mean, my dog's probably, I'd wait another year before I'd probably even ask for something that advanced in this kind of environment. Howdy. You're really not late. It's okay. All right, so how did we do on jumping up? Anybody have any success with that? Do we need to go over it again? Do you guys pretty much understand? Okay. You have a what?
You might go over that again.
Okay.
Just quickly. I guess I didn't brain up completely when I got home. How did it go?
It's a little difficult, I understand. So just kind of remind you guys, I record all my lessons. So you guys can go to my Facebook page probably in a couple days when I have time to edit the video and re-watch it. It's one of the reasons I do it, so you guys have the opportunity to say, oh my gosh, because I don't expect you guys to remember it. Our club, the three of us belong in a club. We just had a seminar this weekend, and there's so much information that honestly, there's no way we can all process it all, and so I don't expect you guys to process it either. Okay, so please don't feel bad about it. So let's kind of go over it again. One of the biggest things that inadvertently we do is we teach the dog to jump up on us. This is a cute little puppy. Actually, I saw it a minute ago. Is this your daughter?
Yeah.
Hi, daughter. Nice to meet you. So I saw it a minute ago before the class started. The puppy came over, jumped on her daughter, and her daughter took her hands and she just kind of petted the puppy. So what did she automatically just tell the puppy to do? In order to get my attention, you need to jump up on me. And it's not really the daughter's fault or mom's fault. It's not really anybody's fault. If you don't think of these things that ahead of time, you really don't understand. So the problem is, it only takes once. If you were to walk up to a poker machine and you pull the handle once and it feeds you $100, would you want to pull the handle again? And if it kept feeding you $100 every time you did it, would you ever leave the machine? Okay, so the dog is the same way. If the dog learns, hey, in order to get your attention, all I got to do is jump up on you, now guess what we just created? We created a habit. So some habits take 2 or 3 times. Some habits, if the reward is high enough, then the dog says, hey, I want to do it all the time. If we take that poker machine and you pull the handle and you only won 5 cents, how long would you sit there and pull the handle? Right? But the dog learns really quickly, in order to get your attention, I need to jump on you. So what we do is we try to convince the dog. Well, one, we stop that altogether. So if you come home, one of the best things you do is ignore your dog. I heard a trainer one time say, and I didn't come up with this, he said, if every time you walk into your house, you walk to your front window, stand at your front window and describe everything for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, after about a week or 2, your dog would stop jumping up on you. You guys know why? Exactly. You're basically completely ignoring the dog, right? So the dog gets nothing from you. So you guys can kind of put this in a retrospect with your spouses or your boyfriend or girlfriend. If you come home and for every day for 2 weeks your spouse ignores you, doesn't give you a hug, doesn't initiate any kind of affection, after 2 weeks, would you give up? Okay, the dog is much the same way. However, the problem exists If you're like me, you have multiple people coming to your house. So all it takes is one person to come over. If I'm working on the dog not jumping up, one person come over, the dog jumps up on him, and what do? They coddle the dog. Now the dog's saying, hey, wait a minute, that cash machine puts out again, right? So what we try to do is we try to convince the dog not to do it. I'm going to use one of my friends here. So my friend Christine's going to come out and I'm going to give you an example. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this just because we have a lot to do tonight. Okay, so stand right there. Just right over here, facing me. Okay, so I'm Christina's puppy. She walks in the door. The moment I see Christina, up to this point, I realize if I run and jump on her, I get rewarded, right? Okay, so what Christina's going to do is she's going to start molding a different behavior. Okay, I'm going to come to her, and when I get about right here, she's going to kneel down, she's going to feed me. Okay? Now, what we did last week is we had somebody hold the dog. So what happened is, my friend Diana, she's standing behind me, she's holding the dog, she's holding me. Okay, Christina walks up, she realizes I'm going to jump on her. Before the dog is given an opportunity to jump on her, she kneels down and she feeds. Okay, she turns around and walks away. Okay, and we do this again. Okay, and while she's doing it, now do you notice she's kind of lethargic right now? Okay, when we do this, we talk to the dog. We act like we just got home. We think, because if she's always lethargic, the moment somebody walks in the door, oh, it's a cute puppy. Now the dog says, wait, the parameters change. I must want to jump on him. However, if she starts adding excitement at the same time she's doing this, there you go. Now the dog realizes it doesn't matter if the person's stagnant or if the person's exuberant. I don't need to jump up. So now every time, now let's say she's done this 20 times. Now when she walks up to me, am I going to be thinking up or am I going to be thinking down? Down, right? I'm going to be thinking, oh, screw you up there. Why would I ever want to jump on you? Because the reward is down below. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. You can sit back down. So it doesn't mean after doing this a couple times that the problem is fixed. Because the problem is if your dog is a year and a half or a year, for a year and a half your dog's been taught 2 + 2 = 8. Now all of a sudden one day you're going to try to teach the dog, no, it doesn't equal 8, it equals 2. Or sorry, it equals 4. Man, I need to go back to school. So it's really confusing on the dog, and it's a lot of hard work. A lot of trainers you go to, they'll tell you, okay, when the dog jumps up on you, step on the dog's feet, okay? Or the dog jumps up on you, turn your back. The turning back thing always ponders my mind, because how often is you're guessing and coming to your house and just turn their back to the dog? Probably not, right? Okay, now maybe you can do it, but I've seen a lot of times the dog just jumps on the person's back. The dog's like, okay, you're going to offer me back? I'm just still going to jump on your back. So if you shape the behavior of the dog not having a need to jump up on you, then pretty soon the dog's going to say, okay, it's like the cash machine that doesn't give out money for a while. You'd stop pushing the buttons or pulling the handle. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. It is a hard problem to deal with because a lot of times, even when we're sitting down, the dog jumps on us. Oh, one of the things I do with my puppy is I honestly don't care if my dog jumps on me. To me, it doesn't bother me. I want to have a relationship with my dog where he can feel free to jump up on me. But I also teach the dog off. So I invite the dog up so he can jump on me, and then I'll drop food and I'll tell him off. So now the puppy really quickly learns, oh, okay, you're inviting me up. Okay, you told me off, and then I understand. So if I walk in the door and he runs at me to jump up on me and I tell him off, well, it's like, okay, it's not a time to invite him up. But the reason why I don't teach that is because the problem is the people coming over to your house, the dog learns that it's acceptable to jump up. They don't know to tell the dog to off, and what happens? Now the dog says, oh, I can jump on people and wait before, and the person didn't tell me off, so that must be mean they're inviting me up. Does that kind of make sense? So another thing, I'm going to pick on Mom here for a minute. So the puppy just jumped on you, right? One of the things is it's too late to kind of think about once it happens. Next time it happens, completely ignore the dog. Even though you push the dog off. In your mind, that was a negative reinforcement, right? I'm pushing the dog off. That way the dog doesn't do it. What did the dog just get? Dog just got attention, yep, and it got the hands on. What Mom can do next time is just completely ignore the dog if you can. One of the things that sometimes people do is they'll drop food. you can kind of do that, but the problem is the dog just learns the cash machine, right? If I jump on you, you're going to drop food. So inadvertently, now we're kind of teaching the dog to jump on us, but to get rewarded. So you got to kind of be careful of that sometimes, okay? Did I answer that and cover that for you, okay? Okay. Any other questions on that before we move on? Okay. So tonight we're going to work on two things. We are going to work on, hopefully, walking on the leash and healing. You guys are not going to accomplish the goal tonight, okay? I am here to give you the tools. Hopefully, in the next 6 months to a year, you can accomplish it. Okay, this is very, very difficult. So one of the biggest things we have difficulty with teaching a dog to walk on leash is usually what happens is the dog is counterproductive, or the whole process is counterproductive. Can I use you for a minute? For some reason, our brains tell us to do this. If I'm Christina's dog, and she starts walking with me, and I start pulling, usually what happens is people automatically try to pull the dog back, okay? And they try to fight the dog back, okay? So they're walking and the dog's pulling and they're trying to fight the dog back. So two things happen here, okay? One, if it's a small dog, she'll be able to hold the dog back the whole entire life. Why? Because the dog's small and she can get away with it. But what happens if she has a really large dog? Now that she's got to really fight the dog to try to hold it back, right? What happens is when the dog feels pressure on the leash, a lot of times they want to pull harder, okay? So if she starts walking and she puts pressure on the leash, oh man, I got to really pull harder. And sometimes if the dog learns if they pull harder, they can get to whatever they want. Now the dog learned really quickly, hey, if I pull hard, I really get success. And I see this happen all the time where I'll be in public with my dog, somebody will walk by and their dog start pulling to get to my dog, and the dogs start even pulling harder. Why? Because the dogs learned before they even reach that scenario that, hey, if I power through it, I can get success. Male dogs do it all the time, where they'll teach their owners, hey, when I got to go pee on something, I'm going to go pee on it. So they'll walk by a tree, the dog will say, hey, I want to go pee on that. They'll yank him to the tree. Pretty soon what happens is the owner says, okay, you're going to yank me anyway, so I'm going to let you take me with you. So now what did the dog just learn? Yeah, I have control over the situation. Does that make sense? This is one of the reasons why I prong collars work so well. Prong collars basically take the leverage away from the dog. Now when they're walking, if the dog tries to pull and wants to take control, it's like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm getting frustrated, okay? However, the prong collar doesn't necessarily teach the dog. It kind of does teach the dog not to pull, but it kind of doesn't. It teaches the dog to not pull when it's on the prong collar, but a lot of times the moment you go to the flat collar or martingale, now the dog says, hey, I can just yank you everywhere I want to go. Thank you. Sit back down, please, for a moment. So, and me personally, even though I don't want to, I always hate saying my dog's well trained because my dogs are really not that well trained. They kind of are, but they're really not. My dog goes everywhere with a prong collar. I will never take him usually in a store without a prong collar or in public without a prong collar. Now the difference is I have a male dog that's 7. He always wears a prong collar. The puppy, he's not really that, I don't want to say out of control, he's not that really drivey or energetic, so I don't really worry about it. But normally with my adult dogs, I take him everywhere on a prong collar. The reason being is I always don't want to be in training mode with my dog. Sometimes I want to go shopping and not have to worry about my dog not pulling, okay? Sometimes I'm in public and I want to walk by a basket of fruit or a basket of food that's down low, something that I have not proofed the dog on, and not have to worry about, okay, setting the dog up, working through it. However, I understand that most of you guys don't want to use your prong all the time. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, work on the problem, but most likely you're going to get more success from just by wearing the collar that's going to give you the most success. However, work on the problem also, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys a question. I want you to think about it. What is the difference between walking on a leash and healing? Any idea? Any ideas come to mind? What the difference between healing and walking and just plainly walking on a leash? Any ideas? Yes.
I cheated. I watched your video.
Oh, you're fired. Okay? Then tell me.
The dog had full attention, was looking at you the whole time it was on heel.
Yes, you got it. So most of you guys are just going to want your dogs not to pull you. You're not going to necessarily care if they walk right next to you. You're not going to necessarily care if they come to a sit when you stop. You just want the dog to walk and not pull you down the street, okay? However, I want to show you both. The reason why I want to show you both is because I want to give you all the tools in order to teach the dog in different scenarios. So I define basically walking on leash is that basically the dog is in a non-conformal, let's call it a heel. You guys would call it a heel, non-conforming heel. Okay, where basically the dog is either right beside you or maybe just kind of in front of you, walking on a loose leash, and it's not formal, where when you come to a stop, you don't expect the dog to sit. Heeling is where the dog is an active partner. Okay, can I use you for a minute? Okay, so I'll give you a quick example of this. Yeah, I'll be the dog. Okay. So if you notice our brains, my brain, I have to be on her left, and she has to have me on her left. Or you guys know what I mean. And the reason being is, for us, we do so much heeling, our brains are just patterned. It does not necessarily matter what side you teach your dog to heel on. In fact, if you want to be really technical, you can teach your dog to heel on both sides. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd usually pick one or right or left side just because it's a little easier for the dog. So if I'm heeling with her, usually the dog starts in the basic position. The basic position is my shoulder blade lined up with her hip. I'm in a sit position and my head is up. I'm not looking around. I'm attentive. I'm looking at her. I'm saying, okay, ready, go. Okay, she says heel.
Yeah.
Okay, and we walk, and I'm attentive. Okay, I'm not looking everywhere. I'm kind of looking at her. Okay, when she comes to a stop, I sit. Okay, so to put this in practicality use, come back, please. To put this in practicality use, let's say you're going to take your dog down. You're going to take your dog to New York City or to San Francisco, and there's traffic and bikes everywhere. You want the dog right beside you. You want the dog, when you come to a street, to sit, to be attentive, not be looking everywhere. If you're going to bring your dog to the farmer's market or bring your dog in a busy park, you want your dog attentive, looking, at least looking at you or being aware of you, and you want your dog to come to a stop. This takes a lot of work, guys. I mean, this takes a lot of work. I'd encourage you probably to work more on walking leash, okay? So that's heeling. Basically, walking leash is this, okay? She says walk.
Let's walk.
Okay, and I'm right beside her, loose leash. I can kind of be attentive a little bit. I can kind of look around, and maybe when she comes to a stop, okay, I'll kind of stop, but I'm not sitting. I'm not necessarily in this really control. I'm just kind of relaxed. If you're going to take your dog for a 2-mile jog, do you expect your dog to look at you the whole time? Probably not, right? So this is where really just walking on the leash would come in handy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure? Did I define it well enough for you guys to really understand the difference? Thank you, Christina. Okay. Yes.
So we can use any command we want. So we could say heel.
You could say, exactly. That's a really good question. But remember, it's not the verbiage you use. You can say pickles to the dog. So if you want to say heel and you want just the dog to just do a walk, then use heel. Okay. If you want the dog to be attentive sometimes and to to sometimes just be on a leisure, then you need to define it. Walk and heel. For us, we use Fuß for heel, and I use walk just generally walking. Okay, because heel for us is very, very, very special. I mean, it's kind of like the dog winning $1 million to us. I mean, it's that guarded. It's very, very precise to us. It's very broken down. So I only tell my dog to heel when I'm trialing, when I'm competing. Besides that, I don't tell the dog to heel. Most of the time, it's just, hey, don't pull me down the street. Okay. So have you ever guys watched Iditarod? Okay. So the Iditarod is this huge race up in Alaska where basically teams from all over Canada, U.S., I think all over the world, basically compete in this race. They use teams of dogs, anywhere between 5 and 8 dogs, and a lot of times people don't understand that how much the dogs really like it. And the reason why the dogs like it is dogs actually like to pull. Remember earlier when I said there's pressure on the leash, the dog encourages the dog to pull? Okay, dogs actually like to pull. So what we're going to do is we're going to teach your dogs, hopefully, that pulling is not going to get them any success. Up to now it's got them success, but hopefully we're going to teach the dog that there's actually more success in not pulling than there is pulling. Okay, I'm going to use my friend Christina here again. Come on this side. So what's going to happen in a moment is your dogs really don't know exactly what to do right now. They have no idea. So what Christina's going to do is she's just going to start walking. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out and I'm going to get in front of her. And the moment I get in front of her, reach the end of the leash, she's going to stop. Now, if you get lucky, your dog is going to do this. It's going to turn around. The moment I turn around, she's going to feed me. She's going to have the food already, and she's going to feed me, okay? Then she's going to go back again. Dog's like, hey, that was kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Why did I get fed? I have no idea. All right, so she's going to walk again. Okay, and then she's going to stop. I reach the end of the leash. I can't go anymore. Hey, Mom, why can't I go anymore? And the moment I turn around, she's going to feed me. Feed me right away next time, okay? Okay, now we're going to go back again. Now I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of weird. Wait a minute, okay. Why am I getting fed? Okay, she's going to do this again. We're walking again. She comes to a stop. Wait a minute. The last time I turned around, oh, man, there's the food again. Hey, I kind of like this. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're telling the dog, hey, there's more success in not pulling. So now what's going to happen if you get lucky, okay? We're going to walk along. She's going to stop. Oh, hey, got the food? Okay, because what did the dog just realize? Wait a minute. The moment you stop, I get rewarded, right? So instead of trying to hold the dog back, instead of trying to fight the dog from pulling, now what we're doing is we're simply stopping. So the dog's like, oh, I can't go any further anymore. I don't like this. If I turn around and look at Mom, boom, I get fed. Does that make sense? Okay. I need a volunteer to go first. Anybody want to volunteer to go first? Okay, come on out. Okay, what's your dog's name?
Doc.
Doc, okay. So I'm going to be a little bit of a lure for Doc because right now, Doc is all about the food, right? So most likely he's not going to leave Mom at all. I'm going to try to be a little distraction for Doc. Okay, so in a moment you're going to just start walking towards me. Don't tell him anything, not quite yet. But when I tell you to stop, I want you to stop. Give him a minute. Give him like 10, 20 seconds.
Oh, okay.
If he doesn't look at you, then you can say his name. The moment he looks at you, feed him. You're going to go back, and then we're going to do it right away again. Okay? We'll just kind of start there. Doc, start walking this way. Hi, Doc. And stop. And feed. Yes, good. Good. Go right away. Go back. Right away. Go back. Okay. Okay, start over again. Kitty. Hi, Doc. And stop. Ah, there it is. Good. Try not to feed him so low, okay?
Okay.
I don't want to confuse a down with him, okay? Okay, so you see you want to get him on that side, right?
Yeah.
No, wait, don't do that.
Oh.
Turn, do a complete circle to the right. There you go, now start walking towards me. Doc! Hi, kitty! Stop. What do you notice already? Holy crap. He got that really quick. Okay, go back, let's do it again.
Pull on it.
I like this dog.
This is fun.
It's training. That training is supposed to be fun. Now tell your neighbors. Okay, start walking. Kitty. Nicely done. Okay, so there's one thing I want her to do differently. Don't sit back. Reload though. Okay. Do you notice when she's stopping, the dog is coming in front of her? I want her to feed the dog on the side that. Feed on the side that the dog is on. So switch hands. Put the leash in the other hand. Put food in that hand. I know it's kind of your brain's like, why would I want the leash to go in front of me? Okay. So you walk and start walking this way. Kitty. Stop. Yes, feed him. Good. Okay, go back. Do it again. So at any time while we're doing this,
Sorry.
it's okay. Anytime that we're doing this, if he looks at you, I want you to feed him and keep walking. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Start walking this way. Kitty. Feed. Good. Okay. Flip your wrist over.
Oh.
So when you like that, feed him
I
like
saw
that.
on the video.
Sorry, I didn't tell you that part. It's my fault. It's okay. It cost you a beer though.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. Okay. Start walking. Kitty. Feed. Keep walking. Nope. Turn your wrist over.
Oh, glad I can't.
There you go. It's hard, isn't it?
It is.
We'll do it one more time. Give you opportunity to do it one more time. Okay, give him a little bit more leash. Okay? Say walk and start walking. And feed. Nope, you gotta turn the wrist over. Okay, go back. You did really good. So, any idea why I wanted her to turn her wrist over? It's really important.
So he doesn't turn around.
You got it, right? So watch Christina here for a minute. Okay? So if she has a piece of food in her hand, and I'm the dog, and she turns her palm that way, turn your hand the wrong way, okay? Stop. What am I going to do in order to get the food? I'm going to come in front of her and get the food. However, if her hand is like this, then I'm going to eat right here. Does that make sense? Okay. She did really good. Good job. So, if you notice by the end, I told her to put it on command. Okay? It's really important because the dog got the idea. Now, if her dog never got the idea, it's not ready to put to a command yet. So when you really see that your dog is offering the correct behavior in this point was the dog basically not pulling. However, the dog was giving her attention. I want to reward the dog for that too, because this dog can be a really nice healing dog. She just doesn't realize it. Okay? All right, you guys want to try this next? You don't have to.
No, yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Okay.
Left side, so now I need to.
What's your puppy's name?
Pearl.
Pearl?
Pearl.
I like that. Okay, give her a little extra leash.
Oh.
Okay, just start walking this way. Pearl! Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute.
I don't know. I'm not trying not to look at her.
It's
That
okay.
didn't work, did it?
It's okay, go back. So, is Pearl pulling on the leash, or is Pearl focused on that dog there? Okay, so is this a walking on a leash problem, or is this a distraction problem? Okay, so at that point, if Pearl's my dog and started focusing on that dog, here's where I would use leave it. I understand that she probably isn't to the point where she can use leave it quite yet, but if you're walking your dog somewhere and it's going towards something, tell your dog to leave it. If you're walking your dog and it's just pulling just to pull, then work on walk. But this is this opportunity now to work on leave it. But I understand she may not know that quite yet. I'm just telling you.
She hears it a lot, so I probably shouldn't have given it a command yet because she's not very good at it.
Then, yeah.
We worked on leave it with the food, but now we have 2 cats, so I thought she did so good with the food. When I say leave it with the cat, it's
Yeah.
immediate.
So the food's a value of $10. The cat's $1 million.
I know.
I would go for the cat too. Do you want to help your mom out? Okay. You're gonna
She does know leave it, but
You're gonna come
not
over here, young lady?
$1 million case.
Yeah. Come over here, please. What's your name? Albie. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, in a minute, I want you to say the dog's name. Okay. Okay. And then when I tell you, just stop. Okay. So start walking towards your daughter. Okay. So say his name. Say his name. And stop. Okay. So the moment the dog goes out in front of you, I want you to stop.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
She's just a distraction because your dog doesn't know me. Okay.
Right.
Can you go back? We'll try it again. And I know I didn't tell you, but don't say come. Okay. You can just say the dog's name because it's not fair if you're telling the dog to come. Okay. Start walking this way. Okay. Say her name and stop. And wait. 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 Almost. Almost. Okay, say the dog's name. Which one's mom? Yes, and feed. Good, feed. Good.
Now-
So if the dog's in front of you, you have to turn your wrist over. Okay.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Feed her again. That was good. Okay, go back and we'll try it again. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, say the dog's name. And stop. And wait. Just wait. There it is. Yay. Good.
Good girl.
Again, can I pick on your mom for a minute?
Oh.
Why am I getting more excited than you are? So, did we see the first time she had difficulty, right? The second time she got the behavior quicker, right? So sometimes it's not about just feeding your dog, like, okay, here's a cookie, right?
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes ask yourself, at work, does it feel good to have your boss come up and say, hey, you know what? Man, you're doing a great job. Yes, it'd feel better if your boss could hand you $100, but sometimes just having your boss say, hey, you know what? You're doing kind of good. Okay, the same concept with your dog, okay? Okay. Give her a little bit extra leash this time. Okay? I almost guarantee she's going to do it this time, okay? Okay, say your name once. Okay, stop, Mom. Oh, look at that. So, Mom missed it, but for about 3 steps there, the dog's like, screw you, get in front of you. I'll just look at you. Okay, so if your dog does that, feed him for it. Okay? Let's go do it again. Oh, feed, 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 feed. Oh. Okay, you can yell at your mom if you see it. Tell her, Mom, feed the dang dog.
I'm trying to look up here. I guess.
Don't look at your dog. It's okay to look at your dog right now. Later in life, you don't have to look at your dog right now. You need to know if the dog's doing good or not. Like that. Do you know the whole time you walked over there, the dog was like, okay, feed me, dang it. Oh, feed, good. So do we see that the dog's not even going in front of her now? You did really good. Go sit back down. Thank you. You did really good too, kiddo. All right, who's going to go next? Okay, we'll have her go and they'll have you go.
Okay.
Okay? Yep. Is your dog eating tonight? Is not eating?
No, hasn't eaten.
No, will she eat a treat?
Oh, she'll eat a treat. Yeah.
All right, cool.
He wants a treat, yeah.
Okay, because last week he wasn't eating treats, so I just want to make sure.
Ready for him.
All right. Okay, are you ready? So, just turn to the right. There you go. Now start walking this way. Kitty, kitty, stop. Okay, it's okay. You did fine. This dog's got a ton of energy. Kitty, 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 kitty. Okay, stop for a minute. Let me show you something. I want you to stick your elbow out. Okay, bring your hand out a little bit. That's where I want you to feed, okay? And he'll stop getting in front of you.
Okay.
Here, wait, feed him right now. Just do me a favor. Feed him right now. Okay, feed. Now take a step forward. Just feed. Okay, I want you to feed while you take a step forward. There you go. Okay, reload. Let's try it again. There you go. So one of the difficulties she's going to have is the dog is so exuberant, it wants to just come in front of her. So I'm actually have her start shaping the dog a little bit for even healing by just feeding the dog kind of beside her a little. Okay, now walk. There, keep your hand low. Okay, try it again. And feed, good. Go back, let me show you something. It's going to help you.
Go back here.
Yeah, go back there. So I want you to take the leash and feed it around to your back, around your backside. Other way, yep.
Like this?
Yeah, you got it. Okay. Okay.
And have it short?
And you have it a little bit short. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Elbow out. Okay. Bring your hand out a little bit. Okay. Now feed her. Good. Now try to take a step forward and feed. Good.
Feed?
Yep. And we'll keep feeding. Is this a little easier?
Yeah.
Now she's not coming in front of you, but make sure when you do this, your hand doesn't go back. You're trying to, basically what we're trying to do is show the dog, here's where I want you to be at. Not behind me, not in front of me, here's kind of where I want. Yes, we're forcing the dog a little bit with the leash. This is actually called binding. I won't get into that, but we're using a little bit of leash pressure to kind of help the dog not come in front of mom. And it's not her fault, it's not the dog's fault. The dog's just got a lot of energy.
She does this with me, but my husband, she totally obeys. She just does crazy things.
Then what you might try to do is have your husband hold the leash and you work with her. Okay, and just work with her, feed her, and that way you don't have to worry about the leash and you have your hands free.
Yeah, she's super exuberant with me. She's like on it.
Probably she has learned to get away with it. Okay, let's try it again.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep. Good. Okay, stop. Just keep walking. Bring your hand to your stomach. Okay. And feed her. Good. So you see that? For about a step or two there, your hand wasn't in front of her and she still was beside you. Okay? Good job.
Okay, we're good?
You're good.
Okay.
Well, no, do you understand it? That's okay. That's the most important thing. Okay, young lady, want to try this?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Start back over there.
Over here?
Yep.
What do you think of that?
Okay, stop. All right. Over here.
Okay, so I'm not sure she's gonna pull towards me. I'm not sure she's gonna pull towards me. So,
Yes, you did. Well,
okay, what's his name?
Regis.
Regis. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, start walking this way. Let's see what Regis does.
Okay.
Regis. Regis. Okay, stop for a minute. Stop. Okay, and wait. Hold on. Just... Okay, I want to say his name.
Regis. It's Regis.
She spells the other
And feed. Yes. Feed. Good job.
Boy, good job.
Good, feed another one. Good job. Okay, run back, let's try it again.
Is this supposed to be in the back or the front?
Right where you have it's fine.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, start walking this way again. Regis! And stop. Yes, there it is. That was way better. Feed her another one. Feed her another one. Okay, so this dog is a little bit scared. It's got a little bit softer temperament, so she needs to be more reinforced. Like, all right, you did good. Because any kind of movement or noise, the dog's like I'm kind of worried. So you have to kind of help reinforce it a little bit more. Okay? Let's try it good. Let's do it again. Okay, start walking this way. Okay, and stop. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, go ahead and say his name.
Regis.
Yes, good.
Yeah, there you go. Good boy.
Good. Okay, run back. Try it again. Run back.
Okay.
Right away.
All right.
Okay, now start walking this way right away. And stop. Oh, very feet up. Again. She almost missed her opportunity. She was within like a half a second of missing opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, feed. Look, it's looking at you. She's looking at you. Feed her. Good. Reload right away. Reload.
Good boy. No.
I don't have any food in here.
Oh, okay. It's okay. Stop. Reload. It's okay.
Let me get the food out. Oh, good boy. Yes. Oh, here.
We'll do it one more time. Hey, at least he or she's eating tonight.
Yeah.
Or he, sorry. Should know Regis is a male.
All right, let's try that again. Okay.
Okay, loosely. Good. Stop. Now, is a dog... Okay, I'd feed for that. So, that wasn't necessarily walk on a leash, but the dog left the other dog alone. I would have came apart. You did really good. Good job. Good job. Go sit back down. So, I'm going to pick on her for a minute because I know she can handle it. One of the difficulties she's going to have... One of the difficulties she's going to have is... Here, scoot that wall forward just a little bit, guys, please. There you go, right there. One of the difficulties she's going to have, because it's a smaller dog, it's really easy to pull around, right? I saw her do it a couple, and it's not her fault. She just doesn't know, but I saw her kind of pull the dog around a little bit. Dogs hate that with a passion. That's like me on a first date trying to go in for a hug or kiss, right? Without any kind of preempt or reason, right? They're like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, so anytime that she pulls the dog and yanks the dog, it's the dog's natural instinct to kind of want to pull away. I don't want this. This is kind of frustrating. So try to catch yourself as much as you can by not physically pulling her and manipulating her, okay? Try to shape the behavior instead of forcing the behavior. Okay? You guys want to try this next? I hate it when that happens. I get chicken in my whiskers all the time. What's your puppy's name again? Sophie. Do you want to help your mom? You don't have to. All right. Okay, so in a minute, just say Sophie, and then when the dog goes in front of her, just stop. Okay, and then you stop, Mom. Oh, look, feed her for that. That's a nice offering. See, this is actually a really good sign. Okay, so the dog's saying, Mom, what can I do for you? What can I offer you? It could have been barking at these dogs. It's like, okay, I want to do something. Good job. Okay, start walking towards your daughter. And stop. And wait. And, oh, it's going to come. It's going to come. Okay, say your name. Say your name, Mom.
Sophie.
Yes, and feed her for that. Good job. Go back. So can anybody... Go back again. Let's do it again. Can anybody tell me why I don't want you to help the dog right away? You think for itself, right? If a dog can figure out something quicker on its own, it's going to learn it. If it relies on us, then we have to weed back how much we're helping the dog. Okay? Walk this way again. And stop, Mom. Yes! Oh, there it is! Okay, tell your mom to get excited. Jeez. Do you play sports?
Yeah.
What do you play? Softball. Okay. What if Mom went to softball game, her daughter hits a home run, way to go, kid, and sits back down? Right? Pretty soon, all the other parents are like, but what the heck, okay? So, act like your daughter just hit a home run, okay? Hey, this is the most your mom smiled in 4 weeks. All right. And stop. And there's $1 million on the ground. All right, good job. Go back, Mom. Do me a favor. I want you to start by feeding her, like feed her right now. There you go. Feed her another one. Okay, now start walking towards your daughter. And stop. And wait. And there it is. Go ahead and feed it. We'll accept that. The fact that she turned around, we'll accept that. Okay. Go back again. Okay, feed her once. Okay, start walking towards your daughter. And stop. Okay, wait, Mom. Wait. Oh. Okay, go ahead and feed her for that. Good. So we'll at least feed her for turning around. It may not get the attention yet, but okay, try it again. Okay, start walking this way. And feed her. Okay, that's stop. Yes. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, reload. Okay, reload. Okay, so just do a turn to the right. You turn your whole body. Turn your whole body. There you go. And tell the dog's facing the direction you want to go. There you go. Now start walking this way. And stop. Yes. Oh, feed her another one. Good job. And go back. Let's try it again. Do me a favor. Don't call her this time. Okay. Do a turn to the right, Mom. If you want her on that side. There you go. Ah, try it again. Okay, start walking this way. Okay, stop. Yeah, oh, there it is. Good. Okay, turn around and just start walking that way. And stop. And there's a dog there.
You just wasted a bunch.
Not wasted. You threw it at a party on the ground. All right, start walking this way. Do it one more time, then we'll let you off the hook. Good job. Okay. All right, almost. Thank you. Yep. So, puppy is very puppy. Plus, there's a lot of food and a lot of distraction on the ground. Makes it very, very difficult. Okay. I think I've told her this before. If that was my puppy, she'd be on a prong collar. She's kind of got a battle to face right now. Every time she takes the dog on a walk, the dog's going to be pulling her. Yes, she's trying to work on the dog not pulling her, but every time she takes the dog on a walk, she's probably not going to be in training mode. So therefore, the dog is kind of getting mixed signals. If the dog was on a prong collar, it probably would have done a whole lot better because it's going to reach the end of the collar and say, "Oh, this is uncomfortable." But I understand. All right, Wyatt, save the best for last. You just got 5 great demos. You should be a pro at this. Do what? No, we tried it, remember, and the dog panicked. Yeah, you could probably work through it. It'd take a little time. It would maybe help you. If it was my dog, I'd probably put it on it and let it drag around the leash for a couple days and just kind of let it step on the leash, let it get kind of familiar with it, and then maybe try to walk it. But it kind of panicked last time, okay? Okay, so is the dog focused on the ground? Okay, there you go, feed. So if you find that your dog is totally focused on the ground, then ask yourself, how well is my dog engaged with me? If your dog's not engaged with you, do a little engagement. And in my book of thumb, Everything starts with engagement. Everything. Each one of you should have came out and did a little bit of engagement before we even started to do this. So don't get away from engagement. Engagement is the power through understanding. Okay? All right. What's your dog's name again? Diesel. Okay. So give him more leash. Give him a little more leash. Okay. Start walking this way a little bit. Let's see what happens. Diesel. Good. Good. So already it's like, okay, Dad. Hey, I'll look at you. Okay. Try to go back. Let's try it again. Mom, you want to help him out? Come over here. She doesn't need food. Oh, he'll need food. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Say Diesel once.
Diesel.
Okay, start walking towards Mom. And stop. So he's going to get this really quick. Wyatt's the one that's got to get a little bit of better timing. Good job, Wyatt. So at any time, if he looks at you while you're walking, I want you to feed him. It doesn't matter what I tell you. Just feed him right away, okay? Okay, do a turn to the right so he's on your right side. Turn your whole body, kiddo. Turn to the right. That's the left. It's okay, I get mine mixed up too.
Make a bigger turn.
There you go. Start walking this way. Diesel! Stop. Okay, you heard food. Oh, feed him out. There you go. Run back. Try not to drop the food if you can. Run back. Oh, reload. Okay, start walking this way.
Diesel.
And stop. Yes, good job. Diesel's like a kid with ADD in Disneyland. It's not really his fault. He's like, I want to do something. I just don't know what you want me to do, kid. And you should still feed me for it just for looking cute. Okay, say walk.
Diesel.
And oh, stop. Good job. There it is. So for just a second there, the dog looked at Mom and then looked back at kid and said, hey. And then started pulling. Let's try it again. Wyatt, you're doing really good, buddy.
Diesel.
Oh, right there. There it is. Good.
Are you watching him? Yeah.
Okay, go back. We'll do it again. He's almost there. Okay.
Diesel.
Good job. All right. Goes that back down. Give him the hot seat long enough. Okay. Do we understand walking on a leash? Are you sure? Okay, so start this in your living room, in your backyard. Do not expect your dog to do this in PetSmart or the park or something like that. Guarantee you there's going to be a lot more distraction than there are, okay? So teach this concept in a neutral environment and then start adding distraction as you go along, okay? All right, so I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of healing with my friend Christina here. And then I'm going to use, can I use your dog in a minute? Okay. So basically, here's how you're going to teach healing. We don't have a whole lot of time to spend on it, so crash course. So your dog is going to be sitting. You can tell your dog to sit, so just stand in front of me. Okay. She's going to tell me to sit.
Sit.
Okay. She's going to get in the heel position beside me. Okay. Now she's going to say heel. I'm going to look up, and she's just going to feed me.
Heel.
And feed. She's going to do that again. She's going to say heel and feed.
Heel.
And feed. You notice she's not moving. This is the key. We don't need to start moving yet. She says heel and feed.
Heel.
And feed. Good. I look at,
Heel.
and feed.
No,
Okay?
see if you're
So
paying
basically what we're doing is we're teaching the dog when we say heel to basically look up. Because if the dog is looking up and I'm sitting here and then she says heel and walks, what's going to happen? I'm going to keep my head up, right? And then when she stops, I'm going to say, okay, my butt's going to go down. I know this seems easy. I'm explaining it, but I'll show you with this dog. Can I use you?
Sure.
Okay. Can you hold the leash? She's going to hold your leash for you.
Oh.
You're going to do the, just so you don't have to worry about the leash, okay?
Okay, thank
So show us the food.
Here.
Do a little engaging.
Stop.
Feed.
Sit.
Okay, don't ask for a watch. Just feed. Just feed.
Oh, just feed.
Good, there you go. Just feed another one. All right, good. Now ask him to sit.
Sit.
Okay, I want you food in your left hand. You get beside him. Turn your wrist over. There you go. Point your elbow out towards me. Bring your hand out just a little bit. Good. Okay, say heel and feed him once. Don't move. Okay, take your hand straight above his head. Straight. Okay, now say heel and feed.
Heel.
And just like that. Good. Uh-oh, free.
Sorry.
So when you do this, if you try to do this, if you drop food, release the dog.
Okay.
Act like you meant to. Tell the dog that's what you meant to do. Not that you kind of screwed up. Okay. When you're ready, ask him to sit again.
Sit.
Okay, give beside him again.
Thank you.
Okay, elbow out. Next time, just ignore the food, okay?
Okay. We need to start with a sit. Stop. Sit.
Okay, elbow out. Okay, say heel and feed.
Heel.
Good. So the dog's basically in a sit position beside her. She says heel and then she feeds. Heel and feeds. And she releases.
Free.
Good. So you guys will do this probably maybe a week or two, or maybe, longer than that, depending on the dog. And then, can I use you for a minute? Okay, so then when you think you're ready, when you can say heel and your dog just looks up at you right away, okay, then say heel and take one step.
Heel.
The dog moves with you, and then when the dog sits, you feed. She says heel again, and feed. So then once you can do one step at a time, then you try 2 or 3 steps.
Heel.
And stop. Does that make sense? However, good.
I'm sorry, you want him to sit?
Yes. Every heel starts on a sit and ends on a sit. Ends on a basic position. Okay? Most of you guys are honestly just gonna not want your dogs to pull. That's really what most of you guys are gonna want. But however, now you have the tools in order to teach your dog how to heel if you want to. Okay? Any questions on heeling and walking on a leash? Okay, is there anything I covered in the last 4 weeks that you guys just did not understand, that you guys want to go over again, that you have any questions? Yes.
I missed last week, but or the week before, they said that you did a down and stay, and he doesn't stay. He just follows me with the food.
Okay. Stay after and I'll help you, okay? All right. Okay, I don't mind addressing them, but they weren't here last week, and it's going to take a little while. Okay. Is there anything else?
No, thank you. It's great.
Well, I really appreciate you guys taking my class. If it's okay, I would like to do an individual photo with you. My friend here, Christina, is going to hand out your graduation slips to you. So while she's doing that, a lot of times I get a question, Jason, do you offer another class? Here's the thing, I really don't offer another class. I have in the past, and it didn't work out. Here's the reason why. If I say, okay, hey, I have another advanced class starting in 4 weeks or in another week, and you're like, hey, I want to sign up. Well, ask yourself this. Does your dog have everything covered on that list right now? Most likely not. So what good would an advanced class be if you don't have those things? Because if you're still working on those things, it's really kind of hard to move on. However, if you guys are like in a couple weeks, you guys have been working on everything, and you're like, hey, I need help with this, or I'm not understanding this, or hey, you know what, I want to teach my dog this, call me up. We'll set up some one-on-ones and just kind of do some one-on-ones together to accomplish those goals for you. So it's not that I can't help you anymore. It's not that there's a lot more training you guys can do with your dog, but I designed my classes to probably hopefully cover everything that you guys would need to start off with a well-trained dog, and then anything beyond that you can call me and we can work on. Okay? Does that make sense? Alrighty then. Hold on one second. Can you turn the camera? Red button. I think we can take this camera. Unplug it.